Rashida Strober is the only person in the world to focus exclusively on dark skin and has been doing so since 1998, as demonstrated by a 20-year body of work. Meet the founder and inventor of the first movement in history for dark skin, Rashida Strober, the world's first and only dark skin activist, founder of dark skin activism, created in 1998. She is interviewed in Harlem after her show on the Dark Skin Activist Tour.
All right, so I am here with Rashida Strober, finally getting a chance to meet her face to face. Yep. She's been on my show twice. Yep. Me and Unique. Yep. Unique should be logging on soon. And, you know, there were a few people that didn't get a chance to hear the interview, which they can log on and see. Who is that? See, I can't even see. Because I'm so blind. Heather Shack. Okay, so let me just say something about Heather really quickly. Heather enjoyed you so much the first time that you were on the show. She was actually one of the ones that was like, no, she has to come back. Thank you, Heather. And so I don't know, Heather, if you have a question, but we don't have a lot of time. But if you don't have a question that you want to pose, I just want to start off with a question that I've asked Rashida a million times before, which is what inspired her to do a Dark Skinned Woman's Revenge. So in case y'all didn't hear the answer on my show, she can answer now.
Yeah, just my life experiences of wanting to tell my truth. That's really wanting to tell my truth.
In 1998, Rashida Strober created dark skin activism, the first movement in history to advocate for dark skinned people, and called herself the dark skin activist. Rashida created the phrases dark skin activist and dark skin activism. Rashida also coined the word darkism. She's the first person in recorded history to create a movement about only dark skin. She is the first artist, author, actress, YouTuber, and social commentator to focus her work only on dark skin, and has been doing so since 1998. She's written more books on dark skin than anyone in the world. Her books can be found at darkskinactivist.com. Rashida has been touring the country since 2006, giving darkism lectures and performances of her play. For bookings, go to darkskinactivist.com. Books include A Dark Skinned Girl's Triumph, The Rashida Strober Story, Darkism, 25 Ways Dark Skinned People Are Discriminated Against, How to Be the Hottest Dark Skinned Chick on the Planet, the first motivational book for dark skinned females, A Dark Skinned Woman's Revenge, the book and the play version, and Token Dark Girl, the It Dark Girl of the Moment. The 20-year legacy of the dark skinned activist continues. For more on Rashida's 20+ years as the world's first and only dark skinned activist, visit darkskinactivist.com, share, donate, and subscribe. All right, good morning, guys. I am back. I'm back with you guys again. Rashida Strober, the world's first and only dark-skinned activist. And I want to encourage you guys and let you guys know off the top today, I'm giving my first online course / seminar. It's called Understanding Darkism. And I've actually cut the price in half for people who have contacted me, told me they want to take this course, but you know, they low on funds. So the course is now $39.99. It was $79.99, which is the introductory rate, but I cut the price in half, and you guys have about 10 hours to go to the registration page, Understanding Darkism. I have put the link inside of the description to all of my videos. It's there, and all you need to do is go to the link and register for the course, Understanding Darkism. Understanding Darkism. And what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to go ahead and drop the link inside of the chat box where you guys can go ahead and you can click that link and register for my course, Understanding Darkism. And by the way, it's taking place today at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So you have some time. I have cut the price in half, thereby allowing people who may be low on funds to go ahead and be able to access the course. So once again, it's $39.99. Please make sure you share this video. Also, I want to let you know that on May 21st, very, very important, I'm going to be doing another course, but the price is going to go up. But if you can't make today's course, that's fine. What you can go ahead and do is you can go ahead and sign up for the course that's coming up on May 21st. So real quick, I'm going to go ahead and share my screen with you guys. And you can go to, now for this, you can go to my website. You can go to my website, which is darkskinactivist.com, and you can click the link right here in the pink, and you can sign up for the May 21st course that's coming up. So you have plenty of time. And once again, today, I have dropped the course price in half to $39.99. So those of you that want to take the course today and you want to get in on it right now, while it's at the introductory rate of $39.99, all you need to do is go to the course registration page and take the course. Register to take the course. All right. So I'm here to talk about, let me go ahead and stop the screen sharing. There is this person on YouTube, Eddie Barrios. I hope I'm saying your name right. And if I'm not saying your name right, you can correct me if I'm wrong. Eddie Barrios. This person is my most recent detractor regarding dark skin activism. And he has made a lot of content about the dark skin activist Rashida Strober. And you know, his first video that he made, I believe, was made like way back in I want to say maybe 2015, 16, something like that. So this particular person, Eddie Barrios, and I have told Eddie Barrios, and I just like I tell everybody else, I say, look, if you take issue with the dark skin activists, if you take issue with anything that I have said about darkism, colorism, feel free to be a man about it, to be a woman about it, and come on to my platform. I'll go on to your platform. It doesn't matter. And you can debate me. You can discuss with me, whatever you want to call it. I am always willing and open to discuss dark skin activism with anyone. But he hasn't done that. What he's done instead is he's decided to make video after video. And I guess that's his way of, it's really not a discussion. It's just a back and forth thing that's going on. It's really not, it's not a real dialogue. And that's the thing that I like to have with people, because dark skin activism, it is a new concept. It's a fairly new concept that I've introduced the world to. And people have their opinions of what it is and what it isn't. And I'm well aware of that. And that's why I've always opened up myself to an open dialogue. And I'm still, if you watch this video right now, Mr. Eddie Barrios, which I don't know, you probably will, I am open to a live and public talk, debate, whatever you want to call it, with you to speak on this issue of dark skin activism, which encompasses darkism. So his latest technique, and I kind of view it as an attack, because at the end of the song, and you got, I'm gonna pull up the video where you guys could go ahead and you can watch it. You can go ahead and watch it. And I know y'all gonna give y'all, some of y'all already have given y'all commentary on how y'all feel about the video. Let's see. I'm gonna pull it up. I'm gonna give you guys the exact title of it. It's just crazy because he said, I heard him say in one of his videos that he was going to make a song about me, or he had made a song about me. And I was like, okay, you know, people say they're going to do stuff all the time. And sure enough, I looked up, I went onto his channel, which I did subscribe to your channel. And I saw the song that he actually made about me. And I was like, hold on, y'all, give me 1 second here. So I'm going to his channel right now. Here it is. The video is called Rashida Strober's Song from Eddie. Rashida Strober's, and I'm not gonna pull it up because y'all know YouTube has all kinds of different issues about intellectual property and all this kind of stuff. And I have my own issues about intellectual property and people stealing from me. So I'm not gonna pull up the video and play it for you guys. I'm not gonna do that. But what I am going to do is I'm gonna go to his channel here real quick.
have to realize this.
Hold on one second. And then I'm gonna get the link, and I'm gonna put the link inside the chat box, and you guys could go ahead and I'm gonna tell you the title. So that way you guys could go ahead and access this song. It's called Rashida Strober Song from Eddie. And in the song, like I said, I feel like you're continuously attacking me in the song. And I feel like every video that you make, the problem with you, Eddie Barrios, is your refusal to have an open dialogue. I think that's a part of it. And I don't know if you're doing it purposely. I'm putting the link inside of the chat box right now. And to let you guys know, the title is Rashida Strober Song from Eddie. I don't know if you're doing this on purpose, but the best way to resolve something with somebody, to resolve a conflict or to gain clarity or to gain understanding, is to have a sit down. And I have expressed to you many a times over the years, ever since you started making videos about me, I've told you, just like I told everybody else, Rashida Strober is always willing to have a sit down with anybody about dark skin activism. That is the whole purpose and point, because I knew that when I introduced this concept of dark skin activism, I knew that it was going to create a lot of questions. People were going to be like, people have said many a times, what the hell is a dark skin activist? What the hell is a dark skin? Over and over again. And that is the reason why I have always made myself open. But what people are unwilling to do, and I think it's ignorance on their part, and I think that by being unwilling to have a sit down, shout out to the people who are intelligent enough and mature enough to have a sit down to gain clarity, I think that some people want to just continue to perpetuate lies about dark skin activism and about the dark skin activists. Because if you were really after the truth, and if you were really after an understanding, then you would have no problem sitting down and having a dialogue. And that is something that I have to criticize you on, Eddie Barrios, because I have opened myself up to not just you, but to any and everybody. And of course, I cannot make anyone have a sit down with me. I'm not in the business of force. That's not what I'm here to do. But what I am always here to do is to be open to the people, because dark skin activism is about people. It's about human beings. Dark skin activism is about dark skinned people. And it's about it, and it's of course in relation to the way that they're treated by other people that are not dark skinned, and of course in relation to the way they're treated by other dark skinned people. So this is a people's movement. So why wouldn't I be open to speaking to the people that I'm talking about? But it's incumbent upon people like you, Eddie Barrios, who have issues with what I say as the dark skin activist, if you are really after the truth and if you're really after an understanding, to sit down and talk to me about it. The person that created, invented this paradigm. So make your songs, knock yourself out. If I inspire you like that to make these songs, I ain't mad at you. But at the same time, I want to say to you, it's very important to be willing to gain clarity and to gain understanding. That is the mark of a mature person. If you can sit down with a person that you may not necessarily agree with, whose views may be, maybe you don't understand it, and therefore it's contradictory to what you believe in. The true mark of progress, as far as I'm concerned, the true mark of a person that is really wants to understand is to be able to sit down and have a dialogue. And so, like I told you, Eddie Barrios, make your songs. I'm not mad. I've inspired a lot of people, even to the point of plagiarism and theft. I talk about this all the time. The bank robbery of dark skin activism. I've inspired people all over YouTube and even on television to talk about this thing called dark skin discrimination, aka darkism. You're no different. You're inspired by me. I'm going to go so far as to say that, because obviously you're inspired because you're making a song. You've written a song about Rashida Strober which your song, when I listen to it, I'm offended by it because some of the stuff you're saying in the song is simply not true, but it does have a nice beat. You are talented. See, I don't like to take away from people. Even though I might disagree with you, I can still sit here and say to you, Eddie Barrios, you're a talented man. Okay, and so if I inspire that talent to come out, then so be it. But at the same time, you need to have enough maturity to say, I'm gonna sit down with this woman and we're gonna iron this out. We're gonna hash this out. I'm gonna really get down to what my disagreements are with her. I'm gonna get down to the meat of my questions. Because what it is you have a lot of unanswered questions that you don't understand. You lack understanding right now about dark skin activism. And so what you're doing is you're coming to your own conclusions without adequately doing your research. And the research is right here. You do not have to go elsewhere to gain an understanding of dark skin activism. The creator, the inventor, the architect, the designer of dark skin activism, which encompasses darkism, is right here for you. So my doors are open. I welcome you with open arms. If you're willing to sit down, I invite you onto my channel to have an open discussion and dialogue about what dark skin activism is. And I would highly recommend that you take my course. It's very important. That's the reason why I created this course, Dark Skin Understanding Darkism, which gives you the history of dark skin activism to clear up the misconceptions that people have, to help people to understand darkism, to help people to understand dark skin activism. That is why I am here. That is why I have created the course. But it's y'all got to do y'all part. I cannot do everything. You have to take advantage of me as a resource. You have to do your part, Eddie Barrios. And while you're making all these videos, you can make your videos. You can make your videos. But until you sit down and talk to me, the creator of the darkism paradigm, the dark skin activism paradigm, until you sit down and have a conversation with me, and until you read one of my books, until you take my course, Understanding Darkism, you are never going to get the full, true, and honest picture. You're never going to get it. And that goes for anyone else. It's the same thing that I'm saying to Eddie Barrios, who wrote this song. And once again, the song is called Rashida Strober Song from Eddie. You're not going to get the full understanding until you are willing to do your part. You got to do your work. I've been putting in this work since 1998, and I'm very proud of that. You know, Eddie Barrios, he makes videos disparaging the growth of dark skin activism, thinking that you're insulting me, and you're actually not. Because what you're doing is you're motivating me. My haters, y'all are my biggest motivators. You're simply motivating me to continue the work. I am not going to stop. I'm not going to stop. The only thing that can stop the dark skin activist is death. And like I told y'all before, death isn't going to stop me, because the legacy of the books, the plays, the lectures, the foundation is already laid, and that's going to continue. History, and I'm a student of history, has proven that the paradigms, the hidden creations that people create to liberate themselves from different types of oppression, history always reveals it. It never will escape history. It may take time, but it will not escape history. And I am confident in what history can do for particular movements and particular phenomena that oppressed people have created, particular revolutions, campaigns that oppressed people have created to raise themselves up out of their oppression. And that's what dark skin activism is. It's nothing more than a movement. You say it's not a movement, it is a movement. You're impacted by the movement. And whether it moves at a slow rate or a fast rate, at a moderate rate, there's ups and downs, just like life. Sometimes we up, sometimes we in the middle, sometimes we down. It's all good. It's still movements. It's still growth. So history is going to do dark skin activism well in the end. This is a war. It is a war to capture the understandings and the hearts and minds of the people, for dark skin activism to capture the hearts and minds and the understanding of the people, because it is such a new concept, because it's unheard of. And people always fight against, reject, rebel against things that they do not understand. Again, being a student of history, history has revealed this to me time and again. So dark skin activism is no different. I don't expect anything different. I just expect to continue the fight. And that's exactly what I'm doing right now. I'm continuing to fight, whether you see it as something great or small. I'm not really interested in how other people are viewing what I'm doing in regards to the enormity of it. What I'm interested in is simply continuing to work. And I take a lot of criticism. I take a lot of criticism over my views on philosophy and opinions and the views on dark skin activism. I take a lot of criticism on people are angry and upset that, I exposed the plagiarism of dark skin activism. I take a lot of criticism on my literal views on my YouTube channel. I take a lot of criticism and views on my physical looks. I take so much criticism from every imaginable angle on a day-to-day, week-to-week, year-to-year basis. And I say to you, I stand. I still stand here as the dark skin activist. I am not going anywhere. You can throw stones and darts and hits all you want. The dark skin activist will be the last dark skin activist standing. I'm not going anywhere. So Eddie Barrios, thank you for the song. I appreciate the song. But at the same time, I'm going to compel you and implore you to do your due diligence, because you haven't done your due diligence with me yet. That's what you have not done. And I think you know this. I think you're getting to a point, you continue to make these videos, you wrote the song about Rashida Strober. But at the same time, in my heart, I believe that you're getting to a point where you know that it's time to have a dialogue, to have a sit down. You're coming to the same conclusion that some of the black men that I've spoken to, they were ahead of their time. A lot of y'all take issue with Tommy Sotomayor. Well, guess what? I cannot erase Tommy Sotomayor from the history of dark skin activism, because he was the first one to actually have a sit down, even though we disagreed. And that's documented history. Y'all, a lot of y'all have already saw the footage. Y'all saw it right here on YouTube. Y'all saw it when it first came out in 2014. So I think that at some point, Eddie Barrios, you're going to have to get to that point that it's time to have a sit down. That's why to this day, you'll always hear me say, even though I may disagree with some of the fundamentals of these black males, their philosophies and opinions, but I have to respect the fact that they were willing to have a sit down for real understanding. Because it's one thing to make YouTube videos back and forth, but when you're sitting down in front of somebody and you're talking to them directly, you're talking to them and not at them, that's a different ball game and a different level of clarity and understanding that you are not going to get by simply making videos. So I submit to you, Eddie Barrios, you need to get to that level with the dark skin activists. And anybody out there, I submit to you that if you do not understand what dark skin activism is, if you do not understand what darkism is, I submit to you, it's time for you to up your level of understanding. And how do you do that? You come directly to the source, the dark skin activist, because what people are trying to do is they're trying to write me off. You won't be able to do that. You will not be able to, because again, like I said, history is going to bless it. History is going to tell the truth. History is going to expose the truth. Study history. Go study history. Get off YouTube. Go pick up a book. Go read about any historical phenomena, and you're going to find out what I'm saying is true. History always exposes the truth. It always exposes. Y'all could come on here and try to tear me down and rip me down from every angle you want. But history is going to expose the facts of how I not only created this lane, but made it possible for any and everybody who's spoken about dark skin, colorism, darkism to speak on it. History is going to tell the truth. So you don't have to. You can continue to sit back and lie. You can continue to sit back and be deceptive and pretend that Rashida Strober doesn't exist, even though you're sitting here writing songs about me, watching my videos, reading my books. You can pretend, but history is going to vindicate the dark skin activists and dark skin activism. Guaranteed. That's a guarantee. And there's not a lot of guarantees in life, folks. Nothing, as we know, most of us that have lived long enough, we know that there's rarely any guarantees in life. But I can guarantee you that history is going to vindicate Rashida Strober, the world's first dark-skinned activist. History is going to do that for me. Black people have stolen and taken and robbed and ripped me off. That is a fact. And history is going to prove that. History is going to provide the awakening. Someone out there, shout out to all the historians and the archaeologists that have went back and have used their gifts and talents to go and study history and have told the truth. This is what's going to happen with this colorism, dark skin activism thing. Someone is going to go, but for right now, because I have this platform and because I have resources at my hand, I'm going to be the one that's pushing it. But I can guarantee you, and there's not a lot of guarantees in life, that history, people who drive history, there's going to be truth tellers that are going to come along and vindicate the dark skinned activist Rashida Strober. And everything that I have been saying to you in every single video that I have submitted is going to be proven correct and true and righteous and honest. History is going to do that. That's a fact. Once again, I want to remind every single person today at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you can now take my Understanding Darkism course for $39.99. Yes, folks, I have dropped the price to $39.99. You can find the registration link. It's right here in the chat box. And it's also right here in the description box to this live video that I'm going to leave up after I finish. So today, April 23rd at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, anybody anywhere in the world can take my Understanding Darkism course. And I highly recommend that you go ahead and register, because this is a part of the historical legacy of dark skin activism. And if we really and truly want to understand what this is, take the course. I've done my part. I continue to do my part on a day-to-day basis as the dark skin activist. I continue to do my parts. So what I want you guys to do, I'm going to quickly share the screen and I'm going to show you guys where you can go to. Here we go. This is the Understanding Darkism course. I have dropped the price to an amazing $39.99. You can get this course today. Go ahead and register and sign up for it. You're not going to be able to get my course at this price again, people. So right now, I'm encouraging you to go ahead and sign up for it right now. $39.99. I dropped the price. There were people who told me that they wanted to take this course, but they didn't have the funds. They didn't have the $80, which is what the course originally cost at the introductory rate, but it's going to go up after that. But so what I decided to do is I dropped the price to $39.99. And this is just for the people out there that want to take my course. I dropped it just for you. So right now, you can go to the page, the registration page, and you can register for the course right now. And it's at 7. It starts at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 2 nights. So I highly recommend and encourage everybody to go ahead and share this information with as many people as possible and sign up for the course, because this is still, you're not going to be able to get this course at $39.99 again. If you cannot take the course today, which I highly recommend you do, you can go to my website, you can always go to my website, darkskinactivist.com, and register for the May 21st course offering, the May 21st course offering. And this is my website, darkskinactivist.com. And what you'll do is click right here, and it's going to take you to the registration page for the May 21st course. I want to make that distinction so that everybody understands. This registration page is for April 23rd, which is today, where I dropped the price to $39.99. So this is where you can register for the Understanding Darkism course today. But if you cannot make today's course, April 23rd, once again, all you need to do is go to my website, darkskinactivist.com, and you can register for the, give me a second, you guys. Not sure who this is, but give me a second. Hello? Hello? Okay, so that was strange. But anyway, I hate when I get calls like that, when people call me and they don't say nothing. But anyway, the Understanding Darkism course, if you're not able to take today's course, which I hope you are, because you can get it at the $39.99, you can take it. You have the option to take it in May. And you can simply register for the May course by going to my website, darkskinactivist.com. Once again, darkskinactivist.com. So I want to thank everybody for watching the world's first and only dark skin activist, Rashida Strober. Eddie Barrios, I'm looking forward to hearing from you. I'm looking forward to a live dialogue. But once again, thank you for the song. Y'all make sure y'all go check out the song that Eddie Barrios has dedicated to the world's first and only dark skin activist. Rashida Strober is the only person in the world to focus exclusively on dark skin, and has been doing so since 1998, as demonstrated by a 20-year body of work. Meet the founder and inventor of the first movement in history for dark skin, Rashida Strober, the world's first and only dark skin activist, founder of dark skin activism, created in 1998. She's interviewed in Harlem after her show on the Dark Skin Activist Tour.
All right, so I am here with Rashida Strober, finally getting a chance to meet her face to face. We have, she's been on my show twice. Yep. Me and Unique. Yep. Unique should be logging on soon. And, you know, there were a few people that didn't get a chance to hear the interview, which they can log on and see. Who is that? See, I can't even see. Because I'm so blind. Heather Shack. Okay, so let me just say something about Heather really quickly. Heather enjoyed you so much the first time that you were on the show. She was actually one of the ones that was like, no, she has to come back. But thank you, Heather. And so I don't know, Heather, if you have a question, but we don't have a lot of time. But if you don't have a question that you want to pose, I just want to start off with a question that I've asked Rashida a million times before, which is what inspired her to do a dark-skinned woman's revenge. So in case y'all didn't hear the answer on my show, she can answer now.
Yeah, just my life experiences of wanting to tell my truth. That's really wanting to tell my truth.
In 1998, Rashida Strober created dark skin activism, the first movement in history to advocate for dark skinned people, and called herself the dark skin activist. Rashida created the phrases dark skin activist and dark skin activism. Rashida also coined the word darkism. She is the first person in recorded history to create a movement about dark skin. She is the first artist, author, actress, YouTuber, and social commentator to focus her work only on dark skin, and has been doing so since 1998. She's written more books on dark skin than anyone in the world. Her books can be found at darkskinactivist.com. Rashida has been touring the country since 2006, giving darkism lectures and performances of her play. For bookings, go to darkskinactivist.com. Don't forget to sign up for today's Understanding Darkism course. The price has been cut to $39.99. It starts at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time today. If you cannot take today's course, you have the option of taking the course on May 21st, and you can sign up at my website, darkskinactivist.com.